Hi, this is Martin Brodeur from the New Jersey Devils, and you're listening to Puck Nuts. Why? Well, I don't know.
It's time to lace up those skates and talk about hockey with Walt, Bry, Ming, and Sunday Jeff. These are the Puck Nuts.
I'm Walt Flanagan.
I'm Ming Chen.
I'm Brian Johnson.
And Sunday Jeff.
All right. First up, I want to announce a contest already, Bry.
Really?
Yep.
Already, the fun and games are starting.
Based,
Second episode in. All right.
Based on all the artistic people who send things in and want to do things for Tell 'em Steve Dave, I figure there are so many great, talented people out there that I want to put a contest out there to create an image for our homepage. Okay. Now, did you get the email from Ming requesting that he wanted to do a press photo again?
I did get that. I brought my jersey. I'm ready to vogue.
Okay. Now, based on, and if anybody who listens to Tell 'em Steve Dave, I don't really do press photos well. Remember, we had a problem when we were snafu. I wouldn't bring my blazer.
The blazer was a problem. Keeping your eyes open was a problem. It's a whole thing.
So I told him, "Fuck off! I'm not bringing my fucking jersey."
At least you knew what a jersey was.
I knew what the jersey was, but I was like, "We're not. I don't want to do fucking four dopes fucking sitting in the fucking jerseys that they don't belong in."
You spoke for the rest of us.
Yeah.
I thought it would have been cool. We have the Devils Stanley Cup banners in the background hanging here at the store.
I thought the New York Times was going to be here for when you said press photo. I didn't know you meant just to put it on our own page.
Well, that's where do you think the press is going to find it?
Okay.
So here's my idea.
All right.
We open it up to the fans. We'll have like a little thumbnail of what I'm looking for or what we're looking for. Where are we going to put it?
It'll be on the site, posted along with this episode.
Okay. Where it's our real heads photoshopped on peanut bodies.
Okay.
Holding hockey sticks with little skinny arms, holding hockey sticks and skinny legs.
You're not giving up on this theme because when we went to the flea market, you wanted our heads on flea bodies.
I figure I could do it now on this show.
Right. Because you're the man in charge. You finally got your way.
So that's that's my thumbnail if you want to take a look at it. And people will be able to see it on the homepage. But I
like it.
Right? They look cool, right? With little hockey skates on our feet.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever wins, whoever designs the Puck Nuts logo with the little peanut people holding hockey sticks is going to win a trip or a ticket to a Devils game with the Puck Nuts.
Wow.
See a game with the Puck Nuts.
With three of them.
See Sunday Jeff eat a hot dog and drink a beer.
And not in an alley behind a bar.
Why don't you drink a beer? That'd be the real contest.
It'd be a contest to see if I could fucking swallow
Half
one
a beer
gulp.
will be passed out.
Next year he's at Coney Island chowing down on 65 hot dogs in 3 minutes. And don't anyone be a wise ass and draw me as a walnut.
Oh, that's priceless. That would, you know what? That's got to be there.
No, I got to be the walnut? Okay.
But yeah, check out the homepage. See what we're looking for. There's a rough thumbnail there. Pretty self-explanatory what we're looking for. And the winner will get a ticket to see the Devils with the Puck Nuts. And if you don't live in Jersey, we're going to send out to you a signed, authentic Devils jersey signed by the Puck Nuts. Right, Ming?
Right. It's an awesome jersey.
It's got a strap down.
It's going to be one of a kind.
It's got a fight strap on it?
It's got a fight strap on this jersey. This is a real deal jersey, and so it's got to be
retail value on that?
It's got to be like $200, right?
Yeah, it's got to be about $200. So.
$200 jersey signed by the Puck Nuts. So get on it. When's the date?
For the game? Or the deadline? We'll put deadline at Halloween, October 31st.
And what's the email they could send the entries to?
You can send the entries to pucknuts@smodcast.com.
First up, you emailed me last night, Bri, with a fucking great idea for the Puck Nuts.
Oh, my idea?
Yeah.
I think what we should do. Now, see, I'm not so sure this is going to work out because last week Ming came in and said that there is a barbecue this weekend, Devil's Barbecue, right? And you said that you wanted to go. And I said, sure, I'll go.
Well,
Only half the puck nuts are going, though. Our first outing. Ming's going camping.
the Pucknuts first a public appearance, and all 4 Pucknuts won't be there.
We're 2 men down already.
And I'm going to give the pass to Sunday Jeff because it's fucking Sunday, and Sunday Jeff is at the store on Sunday.
Right, so I have no excuse.
Thanks,
No.
buddy.
Other than I could be ousted from my family if I don't go on this camping outing with them.
How long has this been in the planning?
About 2 weeks, so probably.
Wait a second. I thought it was like a month or so. So, including last week, it was only 2 weeks. So, it had only been planned for a week.
Yeah, I
You
guess
couldn't
so.
push it?
No, and I don't think the barbecue was announced before then as well. So
But just to give listeners what we're talking about, the Devils are holding season ticket holder barbecue on Sunday.
yes, at the Rock.
And our goal is to go up there and get some sound bites. I'd love to get like, hey, this is Martin Brodeur, and you're listening to Pucknuts.
That would be awesome. That would be huge.
That would be the biggest
It will be
feather.
awesome because me and Walter are going to make sure it happens. Well, you're off fucking trudging through the woods, fucking chopping up firewood and shit,
Right, getting eaten alive by
building
mosquitoes.
lean-tos,
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
So you're telling me right off the bat, wife will not entertain you saying, hey, you know what, Pucknuts comes first this weekend.
You take the kids out into the woods by yourself.
I think the kids come first in this one. They might put
Couldn't
up
you come back early? Like just leave on Friday and come back on.
I could, except I'm not leaving till Saturday morning, so that's not
When are you
going to work
coming
out. I'll be back Sunday night.
So what's your wife think about?
I rearranged my trip. I was going to go away this weekend.
You did,
I
man.
rearranged it. I said Pucknuts first.
He did. He definitely. I was shocked that you rearranged it. To tell you the truth, but my wife asked me, "Are you going to go to that barbecue thing?" And I was like, "Nah." I go, "Mine can't go," and I know Brian's not going to change his plans to go. But again, man, you fucking stunned me.
Brian's the catalyst.
Committed.
I
like that.
Yeah.
Trooper.
But you went. You're going to be probably the guy who goes to the most games this year, right? You think?
Absolutely.
Last year we had season tickets. You pretty much went to almost every.
I
game.
think I went to about 30 of the 41 games.
Like to the point where like
Plus,
we were like shaking our heads in stunned incredulity. Like, what the hell, man? This is weird.
You
like,
go by himself.
right, yeah. Take the train. Like he's like, my car's on the fucking fritz. I'm jumping on the train. I'm hitchhiking to get up there.
I went in the middle of a snowstorm.
Craigslist
Oh
ride
yeah, there was
shares.
that. Well, who were they playing? It was a Philly game, and it,
Yeah,
and
they
it
were
was
playing the
so.
Flyers.
And they lost that game too.
Yeah, half the town was shut down. Half
Yeah.
of Newark was shut down.
No, I don't miss a game. I mean, I don't miss a game, but I'd say 90% of the games I watch on TV though.
Yeah, see,
know,
to me,
I
and
just
I think
can't get. I just can't. I'm just too old to get it up to go to that many games, man. That's a haul, especially on a Tuesday night. Go see Columbus in a fucking snowstorm.
I'll watch anything. Live hockey is probably the best.
What is the
Oh,
draw?
it
though?
is.
What
It's
is the draw
awesome.
where it's so like? Because a lot of people won't even go to the movies by themselves. So to travel like what's that? Like 40 miles from here?
About 40 miles, about an hour train ride up to Newark.
Taking the train sucks. Taking the train is the worst because like when you leave the game, if it's not timed correctly, you're sitting around the station for another hour, and then the train ride back because I guess it's late at night. They have to go slowly. It takes like fucking an hour and 45 minutes
Yeah.
to go 40 miles.
That train ride, the length, it depends on whether the Devils win or lose. If
Yeah.
they lose, it's definitely a longer
That
train
train
ride.
ride's a lot quicker when they
It goes
win.
forever.
When they lose, you're just like you just want to throw yourself on the third rail and just be like, "Fuck it."
Right.
I wish
Had a lot of those train
Around
rides.
the train.
the stupid fucking decision I made to go to the game tonight.
Why? What does your wife say? What does your wife say when you leave her home alone with the kids? Is she not like, what? Really? Again, Ming?
If she
With
does,
you're going by yourself? Like she must think something's going on.
He has
Really,
a mistress. He has to.
Oh,
he can't be this.
definitely.
He can't be this insane.
Yeah.
I think it does look fishy when not even Walt will go to the game. I mean, he's arguably the biggest fan out of all four of us.
Oh, like I said, I don't miss a game, but I can watch it on TV. You know.
You're not fighting snowstorms and blizzards and shit.
No, I mean, I guess this is kind of not the vibe that we like. That like for fucking a podcast devoted to the Devils, we shouldn't be like.
Yeah, it's
fuck
like
it,
so
we can't-
indifferent.
well, fuck it, we can't get up there.
Can't even go to a
The train
game.
But we-
ride's so
you know what?
annoying.
But we got the tickets, so we're season ticket holders. That's
We
what
are.
matters.
Yes.
Whether we're there or not, the Devils got our money.
They
And
were
that's all that matters.
Supported.
Is that barbecue free this weekend?
Well, you had to be a season ticket holder.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's included in the price.
So what is your wife then? On top of you now going to be going to all these games. Now you're going to devote a night to what's this? Puck nuts, and and then you're going to have to cut it when Kevin doesn't cut it. So you're going to be devoting a lot of your time to puck nuts and going to games. Does she have any? Does she realize that like she's in for even less, Ming?
I think she knows that.
She's
But
okay
you know,
with
she's
that.
It's not like it's a
she's-
short season either. Doesn't it extend until like May or something like that? Like
If
April
the
or May?
Devils go far, it could go to June. If the Devils win a cup, they're there till June.
yeah,
All right, so she's okay with it.
she's okay. She's a fan.
All right.
She's a fan of you two. She's a fan of Jeff. She's a fan of me, obviously.
She's a fan
Sunday
of Jeff.
Jeff?
Sunday Jeff has a fan.
Yeah, Sunday Jeff has a fan. Her name's Debbie Chen.
But in your email though, you had a great idea though. This is the commitment that we're looking for. Because I told my wife, I told her I'm doing it,
Right.
and now she wasn't awake, but I told her I'm doing it. If the Devils win the Stanley Cup, the puck nuts are getting tattoos.
We all get Devils tattoos.
Ming, you have any tattoos?
I don't. I am clean.
Sunday Jeff?
Nope.
Will you commit right now to getting a tattoo if the Devils win a cup?
Depends on what the tattoo is.
It just has to be a Devils Stanley Cup related tattoo. Has to be that. It could be tiny. It could be anywhere on your body.
Be on your butt cheek.
You know, if you
Yes,
You're gonna do
Nick?
it.
I'll do it.
I'm in.
All right. You heard it
Everyone's
here.
committed. Now, Jeff, you're of the Jewish faith. Does this
I knew
mean
this
that
question
you,
had to come in there. Yes, I cannot be buried in the cemetery. Yes.
you can't be buried?
What?
Can't be buried in the special section, right?
If
What?
you're if you're Jewish,
If you get a
can't be
tattoo?
yeah, because of Holocaust.
Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
No.
I never heard
You
this.
never knew this?
Yeah.
Tell
Wow.
us to us non-Jewish people what's going on here.
Because you can't be buried in a cemetery if you have
What if you hide it
how are you going to hide it?
underneath underneath
The sack?
Yeah.
I guess they could just cut away that piece of skin and throw it away.
Wow, I didn't. So your wife could be really upset if you get a
but it's-
tattoo, right?
No.
No. What does your wife think about
Get a
it?
tattoo of plankton.
What does your wife
The
think
guy that
about it?
celebrates Christmas, though. So, I mean, how?
Hey,
once in a
forgot
while.
dedication.
Yeah. But this is more important.
So we're all in for the tats.
We're all in for the tats.
We're in
Okay.
all for one,
But
one for
It's
all.
for a good cause.
Sunday Jeff, what does your wife think about you giving up? Basically, like you're going to give. Like, we don't know exactly how much time we're giving up per week, but already it's a night a week to do the pod.
Well, she don't mind.
She doesn't
mind
care?
at all. No.
Cool. Do you have caller ID?
Yes.
I called you the other day to this is why I don't know, this is kind of weird. I called you the other day to let you know that
You'd be getting a tattoo.
to let you know that we're pushing back Puck Nuts to one day. We're changing the day we're going to record it. And your wife really, I think, dislikes me, doesn't she?
No, she doesn't dislike
You could be honest.
it. No, I swear to God, she doesn't dislike it.
She treated me like a bill collector.
If she knows, she.
Really?
Oh yeah, she
That
was
was-
like,
we would never-
"Hold on." She didn't even say hello. This is how she answers the phone. Hold on.
That's
Jeffrey.
I heard you. That's not how.
Oh,
she
that
said
is-
the phone. No. She said it like this. It's for you. That's exactly how she said.
She said, "Hold on." No, hold on.
She said
Jeffrey,
that termite
for you.
that calls you every day.
She definitely dislikes me.
No, she doesn't dislike you. We go out all the time. How many times we've been out? Never really had any problem.
No. I don't think there's a problem.
Never had any problems.
But there's definitely. So you have caller ID. She knew who was calling. Would she? Let's say the big boss, your real boss at your real job, called. Would she answer the phone that way?
She probably got a better chance of answering your phone than the other one. She won't answer the other one because I tell her not to answer the other one.
What do you mean she wouldn't answer? What do you mean?
Nobody ever calls anyways. That other number.
I disconnected my phone. He's throwing
If she
anything
didn't
out
like
there.
you, she wouldn't pick up the phone, right?
What?
If she didn't like you, she wouldn't pick up the phone.
I guess, or maybe she would just say hello, and
Or
maybe
she could just say, "It's for you." I see it on the phone. I see the number. Just go pick up the
She
phone.
really-
You have caller ID.
Sure.
She knows it's Walt. What the normal? I'll have to go with you on this, Walt. The normal sort of congenial greeting is like, oh, "Hello." Or if you know somebody, you know it's him calling. You're like, "Oh, hey, Walt, let me get Jeff for you." I'm like, "Hold on."
That's not how he thinks.
Jeffrey!
Like a flower shop or something.
You're
Well,
not, you're not sequiturs
that
are the best.
rubbing my leg kind of phone call.
All right. So she's okay with me then.
Yeah, she's fine.
All right. I
He
don't
looks,
know.
he
I don't
looks
believe
away
that.
every time he says
I don't
it.
believe it, man. I don't have a problem. I mean, hey, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I understand that.
It's hard to believe.
He's hardly
Hard
your
to
cup of
believe.
tea, Jeff.
He's a lovable guy, isn't he?
Very, very hard
How
to
can you
believe.
not like him?
Did your wife listen to Puck Nuts?
Not yet.
Not yet.
She is though.
Oh, really? So
She's actually
she's
really
going to hear
interested
this?
in it. Yeah, she's actually really interested in what we have to say.
She's going to hear your bravado and your boasting about getting that tattoo then.
Yeah, she ain't gonna bother me about that.
All right.
Are we all going to get the same one? That
I was
have
thinking
to
about
be
getting
it, right?
Rudolph too.
Yeah, there you go.
Rudolph, and what was the other one you said you were going to get?
Plankton.
Plankton.
A little plankton on my arm.
All of a sudden, he looks like LA
Yeah,
Ink.
it looks like a fucking billboard for Nickelodeon and shit.
We'll see who gets a tattoo first.
I've already said I'm doing it.
Ow, it hurts.
You have said that in the past, though.
I know. That's
said
one of
that
my
in the
big.
past.
Needles?
My big vow was before the Devils won a cup in '95 for like since the '80s. My claim was, well, no, I'll get a tattoo when the Devils win the Stanley Cup. And then they wound up winning a cup, and I didn't do
So
it.
right off the
I wound
bat,
up not doing it. I fucking
Telling
punked
shit
out.
already.
Well, you said your lady offered to buy you a video game if you didn't get it, right? Isn't that what happened?
Yeah. Super Nintendo was hot at the time, and Super Nintendo had a hockey game. And she goes, "Don't get the tattoo, and I'll get you. You can get this video game." And I was like, "All right, I'll get the video
Wow, Blades of Steel won out over the tattoo.
game." I think it was Wayne Gretzky's or some bullshit.
What you going to say this time around, you think?
I'm just gonna have to sit there and go, "Hey,
Kevin said I had to.
yeah."
Be in NHL 2011.
Do you play that? Do you guys play that NHL?
Yeah, it's great.
Do you? I was
For
thinking about getting it.
Xbox?
Do you play it live? Like on
I
Xbox
used
Live?
to. I used to, but people are so good on there, you'll get so frustrated. Play against a computer.
Oh,
It's
really?
more fun, yeah.
I was considering getting it if you guys play. Do you have Xbox? Man?
I do.
Do you play NHL?
I do. Yeah, the problem is Kevin kicks my ass on a regular
Do your
basis.
kids know who you are? Like when you come in, are they afraid of you? You're always off playing a video game, or you're on the train riding back and forth.
It was
just to kill time?
it was work related. It's work related.
Really?
Yes.
What, playing Xbox is work related?
It was at one point, yes.
I love how your wife just swallows these these outrageous like excuses that my boss is making me play video games.
Yeah, those two bimbos out there waiting in the car for me. Kevin said, work related.
Kevin said I'd entertain them. Take one for the team.
How does Debbie like Puck Nuts? She listen?
She hasn't listened to the first one yet. She's
She don't know what she's missing.
I know. She will though.
She must have not been a factor then in driving us to the #2 podcast, sports podcast on iTunes.
Number 2, ahead of many prestigious established podcasts from ESPN,
and way more deserving.
HBO.
I'm sure.
Oh, I don't know about that.
No,
No.
I've never listened to. Have you ever listened to one, Walt? Sports podcast?
No, I haven't. But let's see where we are after the debut at number 2.
Right.
Let's see how far down we are when people realize this ain't a fucking sports podcast.
Right, like, who are they kidding? Like, they're making fun of some guy because his wife's fucking grouchy on the phone?
He's a true
Sunday
fan.
Jeff.
He's going to all the games. That's a true fan.
Yeah, you guys are so pessimistic.
You're so like totally out of touch with reality.
But to everyone who drove us to number 2, thank you very much.
Yeah, you
Thank
guys are all right.
All right. So first order of business, there was a big announcement today. HBO Sports and the National Hockey League are teaming up for kind of like a Hard Knocks kind of series, like a weekly series, where they're going to chronicle the two teams involved in this year's Winter Classic. It's going to be they're going to chronicle I guess the couple weeks leading up to the Classic between the Capitals and the Penguins. And did anybody here watch the HBO Broadway Bullies documentary?
No, I
No.
didn't see it. I didn't even know it was on.
No.
I never even
It was
heard of
really
it.
good. I mean, HBO. I think HBO does a great job with their with these kind of shows.
If
so.
you email me this information, I'll watch it, though, so that I can talk about it.
Well, it's too late. I mean, you wouldn't have been able to
You're
watch
off the
it.
show.
It's not that big a deal. I don't know. Min gave me this press release. He really wanted me to read it. I don't
It's
know
all about
why.
the press lately. Press photos, press releases.
But what do you think about, right off the bat, what do you think about the Penguins being involved in a Winter Classic again Sunday, Jeff?
I think they should have picked another team, but again, because it's Crosby and Ovechkin, it's going to go with the two superstars of the league. So they're gonna probably take the most ratings and then the most watched, people that they want to put on a.
From a business standpoint.
Wait a second. For me and probably most of the people that drove us to number 2 on iTunes, what the fuck are you talking about? What is this?
The Winter Classic is the NHL's outdoor game. They have a yearly outdoor game.
Okay.
They play it usually in a football stadium.
Oh, all right. And they ice over the whole field?
No, they just put a rink on the.
A certain section.
Yeah, it's not. They don't play on a football-sized field.
Okay.
Just because they're on a football field.
Oh, all right.
If nobody left, take half an hour
got
to get
that,
to
everybody?
the other end of the ice.
Yeah, clearing that zone would be fucking pretty hard.
Yeah.
If it was the size of a football field. But yeah, so I don't. To be honest with you, I don't get the appeal in the Winter Classic. To me, it was a novelty the first year. It was pretty neat because it snowed. So
How long has it been going on?
At least
Third
4
year.
years,
No,
right?
This will be the 4th year.
And they don't, it's not like an all-star game? They
No,
just
it's a regular season game that counts in the standings.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it's just played outside. To me, it's like after the novelty of the first year, I don't see how you can keep getting so excited about it though.
Right. Kind of like Puck Nuts episode 1 versus our second episode, I imagine.
Right, Ming? I mean, or am I wrong? Are you
I like it. I like it. I like
What do you
it.
think he's going to say? Of course he likes it.
Well, I mean, I
What
missed out
don't
on
you
the
fucking like?
Yeah. Just name one thing you don't like. One thing.
Kraft macaroni and cheese.
All right. No, we're not going to get them as a
So
sponsor.
random. The New York Rangers.
Yeah, there
we
you go. Puck, what was your line every time you hear don't you have a line you have to say every time?
Oh, yeah. Rangers can eat my nuts.
There you
Rangers
go.
Or Rangers
balls.
eat nuts. I can't remember.
Yeah,
What's
it's
next?
huge
You're gonna
catchphrase.
jerk off in the Rangers' mouths or something like that?
No, that was a different. That was a show, and that was some asshole who wrote into me. But sure, why not the Rangers too?
All right.
I'll give them a facial.
You like the Winter Classic though?
I did. I watched the last one. It was cool seeing it in Fenway Park. It was cool seeing, that it was packed. The actual game.
Oh yeah,
was
I
packed.
understand. Like I said, from a business point of view, it gets better ratings than the actual Stanley Cup.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's an event.
Yeah, they make it an event. It makes sense that they have Crosby and Ovechkin. I mean, the league wants the best ratings that it possibly can get. But to me, it's like you've never driven in a convertible. You get in a convertible for the first time, you're like, this is great. The wind in my face. It's a great feeling. But by the fifth time you're driving a convertible, who cares?
What's the big deal?
What's the big deal at this point? I mean, it's still the same thing, but now just because it's played outside.
Fucking freezing.
Just because it's played outside, does it really is it that noteworthy?
I don't know. What do you think, Ming? You say it is.
Yeah, it's just something different. It's something different, and it's fun to watch.
I tell you what, if the Devils were involved in it, though, I might change my tune big time.
Oh, of
Then I'd
course
be
you
like,
will.
Fucking Winter Classic.
Of course he will. And there's already an online petition for Devils Rangers at Yankee Stadium for 2011.
How do they choose?
Yeah, as a season ticket holder, would you be allowed to go to that game then?
I think it might be included in there, or at least you get a shot to get a ticket. You at least have
If
a
they
chance.
were the home team.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. What do you think about the
Good
Winter
work, Sunday Jeff.
You're still here Sunday, Jeff? I thought you left.
Hold on, I'm back.
He drove home, damage control,
that
just
tattoo,
ripping the phone out of the wall.
that tattoo talk. It's all bullshit. It's all for the show.
For you.
I plan on killing myself before it happens.
You didn't say it was permanent.
All right. What do you think about the Winter Classic? You a fan or not a fan?
I'm a fan of it. I like it.
You like it?
I'll give you a couple of reasons. One, because I think that also because of the ratings, that I think more people are starting to watch it, and hopefully they're trying to get more people to watch hockey. That's the first thing. The other thing is it's almost more of a traditional game now on January 1st, like it's been for the last couple of years. And that's
a good point. That's something to look forward to. Because I look forward to nothing after Christmas. The weekend after Christmas or the week after Christmas is I can't. That I got the post Christmas blues because I can't stand New Year's.
But think about this, though, also because it's got really high ratings, though, and it's also on a bowl game day, where it's on January 1st. I mean, it's on earlier on in the afternoon.
What day game?
Bowl. That's when all the bowl games, the college bowl games
Oh,
are
okay.
on.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
they actually does well. To do well on that day is
The
pretty
first
impressive.
one did. I don't know. The Boston Philly game. I don't think it had that great of ratings.
I'm sure this year will be decent.
Oh
with
well, you
those
got
two guys.
Well, you're going to be pimping Ovechkin and Crosby. I mean, you're going to get them slammed down your throat every chance you get now. And I think what I'd like to see is just because I can't stand Bettman. Crosby injured, no, and also maybe Ovechkin suspended. Let's see what the NHL does then. Would they suspend one of those players with the Winter Classic coming up? I think not.
Highly doubtful.
Fuck Bettman.
It
What do you think?
continues.
I didn't ask you about your Winter Classic views.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't go. I don't think. I don't like the cold though. I wouldn't want to sit out.
What are you talking about, man? All you fucking do is cry about put the air conditioner on, put the air
No, there's a
conditioner
difference
on.
between it being 85 degrees inside, say, versus a balmy 74, and then being outside for hours on end for something that I have mild interest in, if any, and it's like 25 degrees.
Okay, so one of the puck nuts is going on record as saying you wouldn't attend the Winter Classic.
Oh, wait. Oh, do we have tickets for it?
I think-
Are you asking, would I want to
I
go?
think that
Probably not.
we probably can secure tickets as the puck nuts right now.
Oh, sure. There's a little site called StubHub.com.
Oh, wait,
where
when
you
is
can-
it?
Oh, that's what. I don't know. It's January 1st.
Let's go.
Well, we need the NHL has to send us I guess press credentials to get in.
There we go.
Press?
That's
Well,
where
there you
the
go. That's Ming's
where
phone.
the press photo comes in.
So Ming, work on getting us press credentials so we can get in.
All right.
onto
First, we
the,
need the press photo. So
Tell them we'll do a podcast from
from the Winter Classic.
the Heinz Field.
That'll
It's in
turn-
Heinz Field, right, in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it's in Heinz Field this year.
So yeah, we'll tell them we'll even do a podcast from there outside.
That
We'll
would
bring
be,
some
Our very
attention.
first outdoor podcast.
that would be
People will
awesome.
go crazy for it.
And then we'll do it once a year after that, and eventually someone will be like, the first time it was cool, after that.
Big Devil acquisitions this year. Jason Arnott comes back after being gone for, I guess,
10 years.
no, he left in
98.
2002, I
No,
think.
you're right.
What year is it now? So he's been gone for 8 years. He comes back to the Devils this year.
He played for a different team, or
Yeah, he
just-
went to. He was traded away for some other players. Excuse me, back in 2002, but he's returning now. So he really shores up the center position in my eyes. Muse,
too.
wow, Muse. Ming,
Yeah,
what do you-
the A line is back together again.
well,
two of the
two-thirds
three. Two-thirds of it,
A-line,
but-
yeah. What do you think? Arnott comes back.
Yeah,
You happy about that?
I am happy about that. Even though
What a
I didn't,
surprise! You're happy about.
I didn't
that.
watch back in 2002, but they played at the first preseason game, and by all reports, and and I was able to watch the game. Pirate internet feed seemed like the old magic was starting to come back, even though it's
All
been
right.
such a long time.
Brian, what do you think about Arnott's return?
I'm more concerned with what they're going to have at the barbecue this weekend. I'm hoping it's good. Starving.
Sunday, Jeff Arnott, fan or not a fan of his return?
Fan, definitely. a
Think he's
fan.
gonna help out?
Abs- Oh yeah, abs.
Guy's got
size-wise.
concussion problems though.
Add size wise, but again,
He's loopy?
Well, he's had some concussion issues, so
Hmm.
another concussion could put him out for a lengthy period of time.
different role though on this team than he was in some of the other teams.
And
Right,
now how does that? What does that say?
Unless
Well,
he
I
never
just don't
leaves the
think there's
bench, I
much-
don't see how that could prevent him from getting a concussion.
I was gonna say, how does that
He's working
affect
as
his
a vendor.
I don't think he'll see the ice time as much as like he would see on some. He was more important like on national.
Dude,
They had a
you don't
great
think he's
season
gonna
last
he's
year.
gonna be he's the second line? I mean, he's the second
Sure.
team center behind Zajac now.
But he's still a big dude. I mean, it's not like he's gonna. He had like
What
one of
is
his
that?
best seasons last year. Well, anybody's prone to a concussion.
No, they're not. There's some players that have never gotten concussions.
Not yet, but you can. You could always get.
Oh,
A
yeah, but when you
concussion.
have concussion tendencies,
yeah, it's post concussion.
you can get the hits that can cause your next concussion don't need to be as huge as the
Severe,
one that gave you the
correct.
first one. So my only concern is the guy has kind of an issue with concussions. Let's cross our fingers and hope that he's completely healthy and
How many
everything's okay.
concussions has he had?
I don't know.
I don't know if he's had as many as when Lindros was playing. Lindros had a lot too.
Obviously, yeah, he has not as many as Lindros had, or else he wouldn't be able to walk right now.
Why is Lindros all fucked up?
No, but Lindros is yeah.
His
He
brother
had
was also Lindros' brother was also prone to a lot of concussions.
yeah. So yay or nay on Arnott?
Yes, I like the idea.
The other big acquisition, Volchenkov,
Can't argue with him.
A Train. What do you think? Good pickup by Lou.
Other than Kovalchuk, it's probably the best one.
Ming.
After I heard he was signed, I went on YouTube and They were watched some of his greatest hits on people, and that should tighten up the defense a little bit.
You think it's a good pickup then,
And
right?
he's a good pickup. He's a big guy.
Why don't we just go with, like, don't even have to ask you. We just go with it. Anything that they did is you're happy with.
Not necessarily, but
All right, Bry, A-Train, Volchenkov, good move.
Pop quiz, Ming. What are your kids' names?
I'm not
He's
that
on the
bad.
internet. He's on the train.
Not
Classic.
not that bad.
All right, another big pickup. Hedberg, backup goaltender. Supposedly this year, Brodeur will not play 80 games out of 82. I say I'll believe it when I see it. Sunday Jeff, happy with Hedberg as a backup?
Happy as a backup. I don't know if he'll play the games that he's expected.
How many games right now? Give me a number. How many games does Hedberg have to play for you to be happy?
10 to 15.
10 to 15. That's not a lot.
No.
Okay.
not.
Still, that's
Ming?
probably not happening. But I'll take anybody with the nickname Moose. I think that's awesome.
Okay. How many games do you think Brodeur should sit this year?
I think I agree, 10 to 15, but I don't think
10
it's
to
happening.
15.
I just don't think he will.
I think Brodeur should play 60 games this year.
60, so he should sit for 20,
20
22.
games.
I like him to sit for
20 games he should sit.
I don't think it's happening, but I agree with you. If
Okay.
he wants to stay
Surprise
fresh,
you agree. Bry, how many games should the Devils' backup goaltender play? Brodeur has been. It seems to be every critic seems to point to the overwork that Brodeur has gotten over the last. I don't know how many years he's played. He plays almost 99% of the games for the Devils every year, and the feeling is that if they sat him and rested him during the year, he would be fresher come playoff time.
Right.
So this.
That was a problem last year, right? Or were the Olympics?
No,
it was
last
a
year wasn't a problem.
No, last year I
was a
think
problem.
he
When he played in the Olympics.
He
Was
played
it
in the
an issue?
Olympics, but he got a lot of rest during the Olympics too because he wasn't the starter.
Oh, okay.
So and Brodeur actually had a good playoff. I think he had a great playoff last year. He was far from the reason they got ousted by the Flyers last year. He was awesome in game 3. The Devils should have won that game. It should never even went to overtime, but. I don't think you could use the Devils' early exit last year as you could put it on Brodeur that he was tired or anything. He looked really good last year. But how many games do you think Brodeur should sit this year, Bry?
I think Sunday Jeff and Ming are being way too conservative. I'm going to go 11 to 16 games. Hedberg should play.
Okay. Well, all right. So, and then, of course, the Devils pick up the jewel of the free agent market, Ilya Kovalchuk. Sunday Jeff, happy with Kovalchuk's return?
Of course.
I think we talked about this last.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
All right.
You-
So,
for $100 million, you better be
Pucknuts
happy.
have run out of material.
Be happy with his return.
Ming, I know we know you're happy with Kovalchuk's return, and we went over that. Of course, everyone's ecstatic. And
Is there anybody who doesn't like it?
I think there's some players. I mean, there's some fans who I've read some concerns that we gave up to. That I hate when people use "we" too. Oh my god,
yeah, like
you
they
are not
did
part of the
anything.
team. We are not part of the team. I can't stand that mentality of we when they talk about the Devils.
Mhm.
Fuckhead, you are not on the team.
That's pretty common with sports fans,
I
though.
know. I can't stand it though. And if I do that, you guys got permission to slap me.
Gonna slap you in the face.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
hate that. That's a pet peeve.
Do you say we, Ming?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Never. I hate that as
The
well.
Devils did lose some players, though, in the offseason. Paul Martin went over to the Pittsburgh Penguins, defenseman. Sunday Jeff, what do you think about it? Are you unhappy with, or are you sad to see Paul Martin go?
A little bit to see him go, but I'd rather have the size in Volchenkov than
Right.
Paul Martin. Paul Martin might give you a couple more goals, but the Devils really need some size. They've got
Paul Martin, in my opinion, was too injury prone. The dude had a broken arm, and he sat out basically the whole year without a broken arm. It seemed he was always injured. Had a back problem. He seemed to be a little bit made of glass, in my opinion.
His arm was like
He
a
had
potato chip.
talent, but it didn't seem like it ever manifested into what you thought he could be. He would show flashes of brilliance offensively, but you would only see it sporadically. Even when he was matched up against the other team's top lines, it didn't seem like I didn't have that confidence that he was that number one shutdown defender that all teams are looking for. But with the Pittsburgh, he should put up a lot of points, you would think.
On that style offense, I would think so. He's going to definitely be a better player.
You happy to see Paul Martin leave, or
I-
unhappy?
Penguins can have him. I
Really?
think my
you going out on a limb saying
I am.
something derogatory here.
I'm mixing it up. I think my prediction is that Andy Green steps up even bigger this year. It's his contract year, and he'll provide that kind of offensive defense.
What do you think Paul Martin does in Pittsburgh, though? With that team over there loaded, I mean, he should rack up the assists left and right.
He should. That's a problem. You're building those expectations already. He may not live up to them. He's older. I don't know.
Bri, Paul Martin?
Isn't that the name of one, like the Canadian Prime Minister or something?
Yeah, that's the guy that in the famous
the
Malcolm episode where he was going to cut off his pinky on Smodcast. That was the
Yeah, I
that
thought
was
so.
the Canadian premier. What do you call that guy? Prime Minister.
Prime Minister.
Yeah,
That's my only thought. I thought
good.
that was
That's
his
a good
name.
thought. I like bringing in those references. Keep the VSQ fans who might be tuning
There you
in.
go. 60
Keep
minutes
them.
of shit they don't care about. 1 minute of like, hey, didn't Malcolm say something dumb once? Like, I'm in.
Another big devil move in the offseason. Jacques Lemaire retires. John McClain steps in. Good, bad, Jeff?
Very good.
Why?
I know, back at the
What the
fuck
fuck,
up.
man?
Just
Come on,
stare
just
at
don't
him.
sit there and be like, I said, very good, I'm done.
I know.
He's so pleased with himself.
It's time for the change. Did you
Sunday Jeff out.
hope you like the barbecue? I like that the idea that
What did Lemaire do wrong, in your opinion, last year?
just look at the post game last year when he was on this, like he's telling everybody he's tired. I mean, what kind of answer is that on? He was a good coach. I just think that they got to stop bringing back all these deadwood. I mean, yeah, they made the playoffs.
Whoa, Deadwood.
You're anti-French, aren't you?
I wouldn't consider him Deadwood. The guy is a great coach, and he is the architect. What he brought to the Devils in '94, that was the springboard for the Devils turning into the franchise they are today. That defensive first philosophy, him coming over and installing that, and Lou keeping that structure in place. I think all the success that the Devils have had can be originates with Lemaire coming back in '94.
They won a cup from it, but the league, I mean, as far as
Well,
the NHL,
I think I actually think you could say they won 3 cups from
one
that.
of the seasons they had like one of the most goals. I don't know if it was 2000. or
But I mean, they've
2003.
never abandoned that Lemaire system. Some may say they should abandon it at this point in the
Don't
new
abandon
NHL.
it.
In the new NHL, it seems like you need to open it up a little bit more. People say.
But maybe that's why the NHL wants teams like Pittsburgh and Washington on, because they score goals. That's what the Devils have to do. They got to score some more goals. And I think with Adam Oates as an assistant coach, a very offensive guy, and McLean also is a very offensive guy.
Why do you think McLean is going to be an offensive-minded coach, though? Just because
He's
he
already
scored
said it.
goals as a
You
player?
know, he's already said that he's going to deviate a little bit from the style of play that they've done in the past. And you still have Larry Robinson there, so you're going to still have
I think
a
that
defensive-
I think they do need to forecheck a lot more aggressively. The Devils, I hope they do. I hope that they do try to open up a little bit more. But I don't know. I don't think that you'll see that big of changes, though. I just think
You
that
should.
I think that let's be honest. I think that Lou is the man, and the head coach just seems to be an extension of his arm. It seems like.
I hope not. I hope they allow him to loosen up the reins a little bit, to allow him to do it. Why would you go out and sign Kovalchuk? You have Parise, you have all these Zajac, you have a lot of offensive players on your team now. Why not utilize them? Find the right lines and let them go. Let them go to town. Let them do what they're
All
supposed
right,
to do.
Johnny Mac, you heard it from Sunday, Jeff. Turn him loose.
Yeah, turn them loose.
Ming?
I think that was the one thing we were missing last year was just pure. I want to see blowouts. I want to see 8-0 games. It'd be fun to see a more offensive minded mindset.
I think that a lot of fans have that mindset. They want to see goals. Goals equal fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
But to me, a 2-1 game can be just as exciting as a 8-7 game. But I don't think I'll like I said, I'll believe it when I see it. When the Devils become an offensive-minded team, I just don't see them abandoning what has worked for them and what turned that franchise around from one time being called a Mickey Mouse team to becoming one of the most respected franchises in sports, let alone the NHL.
Yeah, I don't think that as far as like defensive, they're always a defensive team. I think defensive always comes first, but I think that they're going to actually change some things up this year to where, everybody talks about Kovalchuk. Meanwhile, you still have Parise. Parise has he's actually rated as a higher player, I believe, than Kovalchuk in some of the, the hockey books and everything now. And he adds a lot to the table. I think that if he's able to play the way that he's capable of playing, and if everybody matches his intensity, I think they'll be really good this year.
On paper, they look to be very strong, the Devils. And if they're not battling for the top spot in the East, I'm going to be surprised because they look they're the sexy team right now in my eyes.
Do you want them?
They've always been the sexy team in my eyes.
And they're in the top. They're not usually in the best of conditions in the playoffs. So do you want them in the middle? It seems.
That's always it's always been like, where do you want them to finish? Do you want my dream matchups for the Devils? When they make the playoffs, to make Bettman cry and to make Bettman just go insane is first round to meet up with the Rangers and oust them in 4. Sweep the Rangers.
They ain't making the playoffs. Next,
they face the Caps, beat them in a grueling 7-game series. Eastern Conference Finals, they meet Bettman's darlings, the Penguins, beat them. Then Bettman's really crying because he doesn't want to have to come to the Rock and have to give a cup to the Devils. So then
after he shot all over him with the Kovalchuk.
Right.
Team.
So the Devils I guess in the Western Conference, who would be their darlings in the Western Conference for Bettman's fucking Detroit. Okay, then Devils beat Detroit, and on home ice, Bettman has to come out and give Langenbrunner, if he's still the captain, if he's still there on the door for opening night. If he has to give the Devils captain that cup on home ice, that would be the most Walt Disney-esque ending for any team.
Want to hear mine?
Yeah.
Same as yours, except that the Devils all jerk off into the cup and then dump it on Bettman's head.
There go our press passes for the Winter Classic.
You think I should come to tone down the Bettman hate?
No, not at all. Not at all. You say what your heart tells you to say.
All right.
Somebody will come through.
That's why we're number two sports podcast in iTunes.
Who's the only one beating us?
ESPN. Pardon the interruption. We can't beat Kornheiser and that other guy. Well, you know what?
Fuck are they?
You know what? I take that back.
Kornheiser.
Tony Kornheiser. I take that back. We can beat them.
What do we got to do to be number one, Bri? You're the leader of a fucking successful pod.
Of a number 2 pod. That's where I end. I only know how to get to number 2.
What do you think we need to do?
I think we have to up the rhetoric, the anti-Bettman rhetoric. There hasn't been enough.
Really?
Yeah, Sunday Jeff's been too
We got to
quiet.
get even uglier?
What's that?
We have to get even uglier.
We got to get uglier. We got to face him down like in person. Is he going to be at the barbecue?
No, there's not. He ain't stepping foot in the Rock.
It'll be part of the menu if he's on the bar.
I'll be surprised if he comes to the Rock at all this year. The only way he'd be able to come to the Rock is probably if he would have to during the Stanley Cup Finals if the Devils make it that far.
Right. And you know what? We'll get him to pay for our tattoos. That'll be insult to injury.
How on earth will we do that? Let's give predictions. Top 8 teams in the Eastern Conference. Ming, you go first.
Top 8. Oh, you go first.
Okay, top 8 teams. Devils, number 1. Number 2, I'm going to say that would be I'm going to say Buffalo. Number 3, I'm going to say Washington. Number 4, Pittsburgh. Number 5, Ottawa. Number 6, I'm going to go to surprise team, Tampa.
Whoa. Get out of here.
Did I say Philly yet?
No.
Number 7, did I say? Number 7, Philly. And number 8, I'm going to go with Boston. Number 8. Ming?
Can't we just leave it at that? We got 4 guys with their predictions.
Do people want to hear 32 teams?
Yeah. I think we can just
Especially
leave it at that. I think
So then I'm the only one that gets cold like that at the end of the year when it's all fucking wrong?
Well, okay, I'll agree
That's
with
wrong.
you.
I'll tell you that's gonna
Except
be wrong.
Why?
How would you? I wouldn't pick the Devils to finish the number one.
Get the fuck out
Get the
of here.
fuck off this podcast.
Get out of here.
You want to be real? You want to be real?
Being replaced.
Why the fuck could you not pick them?
What a
You
dick.
want real predictions? I'm giving you real predictions.
Who's number one in the East then?
It's going to be this year. Is going to be Washington again. I would say the Devils are going to be number three.
What has this turned into?
You asked for. They're going to make the playoffs. You asked for what they're supposed to be. You
Turn
want
Sunday Mike's Jeff off.
You want to be a realist.
Turn his mic off.
Yeah. You're finished.
So we're not going to do predictions?
We can. I just thought four
You know what?
people.
Let's post our predictions then.
That's a good idea.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
you
people
can-
have to listen to it. Then you
That's a
go to
great-
our.
yeah.
You're gonna start a blog.
Yes.
All right, so you'll get to say Jeff's and Brian's and mine and yours
All
predictions.
right. That sounds good.
What happens to who comes closest? Do we have a little pool with the four of us? Among the four of us, we each put up some money, and whoever comes closest, they win the money.
How can you come closest?
I don't know. Wait, what are we betting on?
Well, the end result's going to be everybody's the same. You want the Devils to win the Stanley
Yeah.
Cup.
Yeah, we don't want. There's no wagering on this.
Yeah.
All right. Pride. We're playing for pride.
No, we're just we're
you saying
trying
there's no
to
way to
show
win?
off our expertise.
Okay.
Yeah, we're trying
Yeah.
to showcase our knowledge.
Yeah. Our
Try to be
vast
number
knowledge
one.
of, all
You
right.
can't. You actually pick them as if you were doing it on
Yeah.
a realistic.
Their
level.
team that on paper should be number one.
Should be.
Yeah.
They're a team that should have got out of the playoffs a couple of years in a row, too, out of the first round. Should they?
What the fuck
this
is with
hopeless
this guy?
negativism.
You're- yes, I'm just
Well, we
saying,
got
you wanna
one
be-
guy
wanna
who
tell the
fucking who hasn't stopped
I'm
smiling and
telling the
agrees with
truth.
everything,
That's
and now
what
we
you
got
wanna
one
hear. You want to
guy.
hear, bullshit, or you want to hear like what?
Where's your
what it
Ranger
could be?
tattoo?
Yeah,
It's on the other side.
Rangers making the playoffs? Yes or no, Sunday, Jeff?
No.
Ming?
No.
Bry?
Fuck no, they can eat my nuts.
See you next week on Puck Nuts.
Find more funny shit like this at smodcast.com. Scott, we ain't the only game in town. There's lots of other funny stuff going on at the Smodcast Podcast Network.
For sure.
So why the fuck are people just listening to this show? Go listen to the rest.
Listen to the rest.
You know why? It's all fucking free.
all
You know why
free.
else? Every day of the week.
7 days a week for the
Man.
shadow.
Absolutely, man. There's the Green Hornet time where it's just like, and then the Green Hornet entered the room.
Hello.
See how riveting that shit is? That's what's happening all the time at smodcast.com. It's theater of the mind,
People
bitch.
entering.
People come in. People say shit. People leave. That's as gripping as it gets. That's the beginning of drama, Scott.
Yeah.
Smodcast.com. It's all free. It's all funny. Smonsters of talk.
There's so many to choose from.